Welcome to LMU Community TV News. I'm Allison Barnett. Thanks for joining us. Let's take a look at the stories we have for you today. A missing Campbell County man was found dead on Sunday afternoon by the Campbell County Sheriff's Office. 20-year-old Jeffrey Austin Anderson was reported missing on September 15th after he left his home and didn't return or show up for work the next day. His body was recovered in Norris Lake off Queener Road in Caryville. Investigators were notified of the body after it was found by a kayaker. His truck was also located in the lake just 40 feet from Anderson's body. At this time, investigators do not suspect foul play. More than 1,000 votes were cast during the Powell Valley Electric Cooperative meeting at Hancock County High School on Saturday with 3 board seats up for grabs. Roger Ball, David Kendall, and Michael Shockley held on their seats by large numbers. Ball was elected to his 11th three-year term. Kendall has been on the board for 24 years, and Shockley is celebrating 15 years as a board member. While a large number of people were expected to attend the meeting, the amount that showed up was surprising. The number of votes more than doubled from last year's meeting, where 524 registered members attended. To tell us more about the meeting, here is Powell Valley Electric Cooperative Interim CEO Michael Knotts.
Well, thanks for being here today. The annual meeting of Powell Valley Electric Co-op is the chance for members of the co-op who actually own shares in the co-op. Every member that receives their service from Powell Valley is an owner of the cooperative itself, and so once a year we have a business meeting where the owners and members can come together and conduct the business of the co-op. So we've had a very fun day so far, and the business session will start here just after a while. Last I've heard it was about 1,200, but the voting's not yet complete, so that's an excellent turnout. Absolutely, whether it's your local county commission race, the U.S. Congress, the Senate, or your local co-op, you have a voice in this country, and that's one of the things that I love about the cooperative business model is as a customer of the co-op, you're not just a customer, you're a member. You're an owner, and you get to come and have a say-so in how the co-op operates. And that makes us different than any other utility you might get, whether it's from a private company or from a local government. So we're excited about that. We're excited that 1,200 people have come out today, and they're going to do good things for the future of our co-op.
Open meetings were a continued topic for discussion during the business portion of the meeting on Saturday. 2 local school administrators will be a part of a new principal network that is kicking off this year. H.Y. Livesey Middle School Principal Melissa Brock and Midway Elementary School Principal Sharon Tolliver were selected for the inaugural class of the Tennessee Rural Principals Network. The new program is part of Governor Bill Haslam's Transforming School Leadership Initiative. The program aims at improving in preparation, retention, and development of Tennessee's principals. The Tennessee Department of Education is also providing funding for scholarships to support professional development for up to 200 additional rural principals. Education Commissioner Candace McQueen expressed the new importance of the new program, stating, "We must ensure that every school, no matter where it is located in Tennessee, is led by a principal who is supported and developed to his or her fullest potential and able to guide our teachers and students to success." The participants selected from the network will receive funding to support attendance to 5 events during the school year to provide them with professional learning to help address challenges that are unique to rural leadership. Now let's take a look at your community calendar of events coming up over the next couple of weeks. Springdale Baptist Church will be hosting their 3rd annual Chili Supper and Fall Festival October 12th from 4 to 8 p.m. Pre-sale tickets are available, or you can pay $7 at the door. The supper includes chili, crackers or chips, a dessert, and a drink. All proceeds raised go to support the church's youth group. Now as a look at your community calendar. We're now moving on to your LMU Community TV 5-day weather forecast. The sun will not be making much of an appearance today and tomorrow. The overcast will be partly cloudy tomorrow with a high temperature of 72 degrees and a humidity of 93%. Looking at your 3-day planner, Wednesday will be mostly sunny with a high of 84 degrees and a 10% chance of rain. Thursday will be mostly sunny with a high of 86 and a 20% chance of rain. Looking at your 5-day planner, Friday will have some afternoon thunderstorms with a high of 84 degrees with a 71% humidity. Now it's a quick preview of your 5-day forecast, but stay with us. As coming up after the break, Brandon Burke will have your sports report right here on LMU Community TV News.
What do we know about learning? It takes place beyond the pages of a book. We learn by exploring, by trying new things, by connecting, by sharing. We learn by taking chances and dreaming big. At Lincoln Memorial University, learning is beyond the books. It's everywhere.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic. So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah.
Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great. It's good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit SaveTheFood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back. With a shortened weekend schedule and the defending South Atlantic Conference tournament champions visiting the Mary Mars Gymnasium on Friday evening, the Lincoln Memorial women's volleyball squad opened up their long 20-game sack stretch in celebratory fashion, knocking off the Queens Royals in front of a highly audible blue and gray audience. Only being able to face Queens and Queens only due to the next afternoon's planned match versus Catawba postponed until later this month due to Hurricane Florence, the Lady Rose Splitters were firing on all cylinders in a very competitive early season conference battle, reaching a 3-1 victory on the strength of a 47-kill performance along with a .217 attack percentage. The Royals weren't too far behind in terms of total kills with 44, although the LMU defense held Queens to a mere 94 hitting clip for the entire match and a 50 attack percentage in the fourth and game-clinching set. Bursting out of the gates to hand the Royals consecutive set defeats by scores of 25-13 and 25-18, the only blemish on Lincoln Memorial's evening was a 25-22 set 3 win in favor of the visitors. Despite Queens' best efforts to try and force a set 5, LMU closed things down with a 25-20 edge in the fourth stanza, improving to 5-2 overall on the year. More importantly, staying unbeaten in Harrogate with a nice 1-0 mark in conference action. The offensive and defensive leader for the Lady Rail Splitters in the high-octane battle was none other than redshirt senior middle hitter Tone Gill, recording 11 kills and 9 blocks, awarded the South Atlantic Conference Player of the Week for her efforts in both putting points on the board and causing havoc against the Queens offense. Redshirt junior Riley Storms was stellar as well on Friday, grabbing 10 kills on 7 blocks, while Emma Flowers, a surging outside hitter, continued her impressive freshman campaign, landing 10 kills. Senior libero Erica Whitaker was once again terrific in the digs department with 35, with help from Emily Walter and Sarah Jones, who combined for 22. Now that head coach Jenny Michael has gotten off to the sack start that Lincoln Memorial desired, the Lady Rail Splitters will stay in the friendly confines of home on Tuesday for more conference play, taking on in-state rival Tusculum, getting underway at 7 o'clock p.m. Live statistics, updates, and video of the early week match can be found at www.lmurailsplitters.com, as Lincoln Memorial hopes to reassert themselves in the SAC title picture with more clutch performances to resemble that of Friday's. And forced to sit out last weekend due to the complications caused by the storms on the East Coast, both the LMU women's and men's soccer teams will make their long-awaited return to Harrogate this Wednesday. And fasten your seatbelts for what's sure to be an interesting day at the office when the Carson Newman Eagles roll in from Jefferson City for a huge SAC opening doubleheader. In what will be the Lady Rail Splitters' first match since 9 days prior when LMU opened up a 3-0 blowout at USC Aiken, head coach Sean Frazier and company will look look to expand on their steady 3-1 start with conference success, something that has eluded Lincoln Memorial in recent years. It will be no easy feat on Wednesday when First Touch commences at 1:00 p.m. as the Eagles reach the 2017 NCAA championship match where CN fell just one penalty kick shy of hoisting the gold. Last Saturday's intended road trip to Queens has now officially been set a date, now taking place on October the 24th in the second to last meeting of the year, so full attention can be placed on Carson Newman. Likewise for the LMU men's soccer club, who anticipate their contest with the Eagles to be similar to their more recent encounters, i.e. close finishes. The Railsplitters are already no strangers to tight games in 2018, pulling out a thrilling 2-1 double overtime triumph at King in their last go-around 1 week before the Carson Newman matchup gets started. With an approximate start time of 3:30 p.m. following the conclusion of the ladies contest beforehand, once again, LMURailsplitters.com will have coverage of the midweek two-parter as another chapter in the Lincoln Memorial and Carson Newman rivalry will be written. We have now moved on past the halfway point of the 2018 high school football season, and with 5 weeks in the books and regional action and playoff pictures beginning to take shape, let's take a look at what transpired on Friday under the lights in the tri-state area. Starting off with the Volunteer State, the Claiborne Bulldogs, doomed by turnovers and penalties, dropped to 1-4 on the year with a 42-13 loss to Unicoi County in the first game from New Tazewell since the season opener. The Panthers of Cumberland Gap were also unsuccessful in consecutive meetings, unable to capitalize on their bye week with a 26-7 setback at Oneida, now sitting at 2-2. The Campbell County Cougars suffered a heartbreaker at Gibbs in Week 5, taking a 34-27 defeat to the Eagles to fall to 2-3, while the Grizzlies of Granger High have dropped 3 in a row since a promising start, a 56-6 Elizabethton beatdown in Rutledge. The Jellicoe Blue Devils were able to notch a check in the win column for the first time this season, ending their scoring difficulties in a 44-34 shootout over Unaka on the road, while the Indians of Hancock County have been relegated to just 16 points total over the past 2 weekends combined, dropping a 44-8 decision against Cloudland away from home. And the Union County Patriots improved to 3-2 on Friday, outlasting Sullivan East on the road 32-22, Union County's second straight victory. Moving on to the state of Kentucky, the Bobcats of Bell County have yet to be tested through 4 finals, taking care of Whitley County 45-7 to stay perfect on the season. And in one of the more intriguing situations of the night, the Pineville Mountain Lions have already doubled up their win total from last year, moving to 4-1 thanks to a 30-24 W against Middlesboro on the Yellow Jackets' own field, dropping MHS to 1-4. And last but not least, in the Commonwealth state, Thomas Walker's winning streak has been bumped up to 3 thanks to a 14-13 barn burner at Rye Cove, the Pioneers pulling it out late to improve to 3-1. And the Lehigh Generals were in a similar slugfest against Eastside, just squeezing by the Spartans in Five Star Stadium by the score of 27-26, now back even at 500. This Wednesday, LMU Community TV Sports will have a game-by-game preview of Week 6 action across the region as the 2018 schedule heats up towards the end of September. And cooling off a bit after an eventful Week 2, both the Tennessee Volunteers and the Kentucky Wildcats welcomed a pair of unfamiliar foes in non-conference action, both winning convincingly in the third Saturday of the NCAA football campaign. In game number 2 of a 3-game homestand, Tennessee handled the Miners of UTEP by a final score of 24-0, shutting out the visitors, who have now lost 14 consecutive meetings dating back to last year. With 168 yards through the air from quarterback Jarrett Garantano and 158 yards on the ground from running back Ty Chandler in a return from injury in Week 1, the Vols weren't heavily tested by the Miners outright, scoring once in each quarter to improve to 2-1. Hoping to stay consistent after finally breaking the 31-year curse against the Florida Gators last Saturday in Gainesville, UK proved that there was no hangover against the Racers of Murray State in Lexington, the Cats jumping on their non-conference foe 48-10 to stay unbeaten at 3-0. An efficient afternoon for quarterback Terry Wilson, a 19-for-25 completion rate for 163 yards, and a 17-point third quarter that followed up a 17-point half sealed the deal for Kentucky to move on to their next opponent. opponent. It will be a massive weekend this Saturday for both UT and the Wildcats as two favored SEC schools come calling for a pair of heavily anticipated showdowns. For the second straight time, the Vols and UK will be on at the same time in Week 4 as Tennessee hosts Florida from Neyland Stadium in their 2018 SEC opener, while Kentucky awaits number 14 Mississippi State, both televised at 7 o'clock p.m. And the 2018 NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series took a turn to Sin City to close out the weekend as the South Point 400 from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway saw its green light. As the official starting point of the playoffs, Brad Keselowski has achieved something that only first-place regular season driver Kevin Harvick has this year, win in 3 consecutive races, finding a good luck charm for the number 2 car's third trip to victory lane in as many events, taking the early lead in the playoffs format. Outgunning Kyle Larson, 2017 champ Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano, and Ryan Blaney to tally the top 5 from Vegas, Keselowski sits at the top of the mountain where he once wasn't even in contention for the top spot. That is before he crossed the checkered flag first at Darlington, Indianapolis, and now in the South Point 400, where Martin Truex Jr. closely sits behind in the newest chase standings. Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick, the 2 leaders of the regular season, have been bumped to 3rd and 4th respectively after Sunday's event, leaving Joey Logano to finish out the top 5 in the Cup rankings. Kurt Busch, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Eric Almirola, and Austin Dillon complete the top 10 competitors as the playoffs have just gotten started, with the Monster Energy Cup Series moving on to Richmond, Virginia next weekend for another hotly contested race. The Federated Auto Parts 400 from the Richmond Raceway is next on the horizon this Sunday, as Brad Keselowski has emerged as the new driver out in front. And that is all for sports in the top of the week, but stay tuned as more LMU Community TV news is coming up right after this.
So we were walking to school. I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart.
want cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't have another bad day.
I really hope I don't have another bad day at school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. It's gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
One in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Thanks for watching LMU Community TV News. I'm Allison Barnett, and have a great evening.